page 47, where I take a random book from my house and read page 47 of it and talk about what I think. This one is called Exuberance, The Passion for Life by Redfield Jamison. Here it is, page 47. Animals seem to take particular pleasure, as we do, in movements that are enjoyable to the senses. Great leaps, fast forward motions, floating or rocking movements, as well as in actions that are particularly energetic in their own right. Speed is intoxicating, and the quickened heartbeat and fast respiration of vigorous play are often highly enjoyable states. Katie Payne, the acoustic biologist who was the first to establish that elephants communicate through infrasound, gives a marvelous account of young elephants taking delight in the chase. Young bulls love to chase things. They relish the exhilarated, chin-up, feet-splayed rush and the sight of other animals in flight, and they magnify the impact of their assaults by chasing in pairs or small gangs. Once I saw a rush of which the object was a butterfly. Eyes wide, a gang of young male elephants collectively weighing some 20 or maybe 40 tons thundered to a stop as the small fairy, white and weightless, rose up out of their midst. Then each turned on his heels and fled. I love this book. I need to reread it. So this book is interesting because it's actually written by a psychiatrist who wrote a memoir about her experiences with bipolar disorder. She herself was diagnosed with bipolar disorder when she was in medical school, and she kind of talks about it both from a personal perspective as well as a medical psychiatric perspective. I first discovered this author when I was in a relationship with someone who had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder. I read Unquiet Mind first, and I actually gave a copy of it to him as a gift. He later said that he understood himself better because of that. I'm not sure how much good it did him right away, but it's a good book anyway, and she's a good author. She does a lot of research about psychiatric phenomena, but also from the perspective of what it's like to experience it, as well as how it could serve a purpose in an adaptive way. So, for example, exuberance, the passion for life, it's called, that's being driven to do something, being driven to care about something enough to move toward it. That's a big thing. Without that, we kind of languish and we kind of die. So I think it's a fascinating subject. Lately, I have been feeling a little bit more exuberant here and there, and it's a good feeling because normally my issue is that a lot bores me, right? And I don't mean that in a nasty way. It's just that there are certain things I catch on to pretty quickly, and once I catch on to it and figure it out, I'm bored with it, and I want a new puzzle, and I want something harder, and something harder. So it takes something interesting and something different to get me exuberant. So without that, I exist in the, like, if you think of your mood, like if it's, in a good, like happy, but not overwhelmed place, it's here, right? And you're kind of just like going along, maybe a little bump of joy here and there, maybe some sad here and there. Like that's a happy place to be. I kind of live down here where good things happen, but everything is just kind of meh, meh. Oh, that's good. Meh, meh. Oh man, this sucks. Meh, meh. Oh, that's good. Very rarely do I get up here. And I think that that has something to do with my neurobiology in particular. I've had treatment for that. I've had medication for that. I've had all kinds of approaches for that. If you can think of it, I probably have considered it or done it. But what I'm finding is the most effective treatment for that is finding things that get you excited, that get you passionate. So I clearly need to give this one a reread. Oh my gosh, I used it to press flowers. I didn't even know this. When did I last open this book? There's rose petals in here. Oh my gosh, I had completely forgotten I did this. I pressed rose petals in here. What did I press these from? I think these were from roses that my husband proposed to me with. Holy mackerel. I had forgotten these were in here. Well, that's a nice surprise. Now I've got to find something to do with them. I've got to put them somewhere. Shoot. Oh, I don't want them to fall on the ground. Here we go. Yeah. More rose petals. That's so cool. Well, thank you for joining me for that little surprise. Have a nice day.